Hey guys, it's been a minute. Hope you missed me. So today I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to talk about the phenomenon that has been sweeping the world, Squid Game. If you haven't heard about it, then my question to you is, what rock have you been living under, okay? Let's go ahead and jump into the video. So just want to put a disclaimer out there. If you haven't seen Squid Game, then just know that I'm probably going to have some spoilers. And so if you are trying to watch it and you don't want to know anything about it beforehand, then you probably don't want to watch this video right now. You know, you might want to take a break from this, go ahead, watch Squid Game, wait until you get all of that done, and then come and check this video out. But if not, if you don't care or whatever, or you've already watched it, then let's keep on going. Don't say I didn't warn you. Okay guys, so Squid Game is basically, it's a Korean, I think it's South Korean TV show that's on Netflix. And it's basically about a lot of people who are in debt and they have signed away the rights to their body because they are not able to pay the debt. And they somehow get involved in this game through meeting a guy who plays a game with them, and then he gives them this card and they eventually call and become a part of the game. And I mean, honestly, the whole thing is crazy, but let's just jump into the financial lessons. So the first financial lesson that we see in this show is that not all money is good money. And this is seen with Cho Sung-woo, and he is like very well known in his community back home as being very smart. He got accepted to one of the most prestigious colleges, universities, and he had a very good paying job. And while in that job as a director over securities, he wanted some extra money, and so he was basically conning people to get their money. So now he's on the run from the law, and I'm just like, is it worth it though? Like, for real, like, you got this money and now you're on the run, the police is looking for you, you can't see your family anymore, and now you have to end up playing games that's literally life or death. It's not worth it. And then another way you see this is with Sung Gi-yeon. So he's the main protagonist in this show, and he had a job and something happened and he lost his job, but then he started like doing a bunch of gambling and borrowed a bunch of money from loan sharks, and then that eventually led to him like signing away his body and all of that and getting beat up in a bathroom. And now he's playing this game. His mom got sick, no money to help her, all because he basically spent all his money gambling. And then you even see him eventually get to the point where he goes to his mom's ATM and he actually figures out her PIN number and steals money from his own mom. I just feel like some things are just not worth it, especially if it's like making you do things that are morally questionable. So the second lesson that we can learn from Squid Game is that anything that's too good to be true, it probably is. And we see this when like everybody gets to the location and they start playing the game. So the first game was red light, green light. And then when people didn't stop in time, once the person said red light, they were shot down. Everybody starts running, and that's when they realize, okay, no, like when they say we're gonna be eliminated, like they really mean we gonna be eliminated. So if it's too good to be true, it probably is. If you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. And then also we see this in real life with like, when you think of Bernie Madoff and how he had the Ponzi scheme and how many people he stole money from, and I think he got about $65 billion in total. And he was doing that for years before he got caught. And this was all because people were trying to make money, but not really looking to see if what he was doing was actually making sense. And so yeah, if it's too good to be true, it probably is. You always want to research. You always want to ask more information and get more clarity and more details. Because you better believe if somebody invited me to play a game and I'm just all of a sudden going to win billions of wands, millions of dollars, I'm going to try to find out a little bit more. I don't know if I would have thought to ask about what they mean by eliminated, but I definitely would have asked more questions than a lot of these people asked. And this leads into the third lesson that you can learn, and that is that when people are financially desperate, they do things that they wouldn't normally do. And you see this when everybody finally found out what eliminated really mean. They all, well, not all of them, but the majority of them wanted to go home. They did not want to continue playing. And so one of the rules was that if everybody, or if the majority agreed to go home, they could go home. Well, the thing with that is that even though they were able to go home, they got another card with a number to call if they were interested in playing the game, or I think they had to meet at a location. And basically everybody came back. I think there were only like 15 or 20 people who did not return for the game. But the majority of the people returned to the game even after watching, like, I don't remember how many people got killed the first time around, but even after watching about 60 to 100 people die. And this shows that they were definitely financially desperate. I mean, think about it. You're invited to play a game with 456 people and only one person's going to win. They all know this. Only one person is going to win. Yet they all went there thinking that they were going to be the one person. And the chances are, you know, you're going to be the 455. So the fourth lesson that you can learn from watching this show is that mental health can play a very big role in your financial health. And this is seen with Sung-Gyung when he worked for a company, and I think they were laying off and firing a bunch of people. There was like a strike or something like that. And somewhere down the line, somebody died, and they died right in the front of him. And this put him on a mental down spiral to the point where he wasn't even able to go to the hospital for the birth of his daughter. So this cost his marriage. It cost the relationship with his daughter. It caused, you know, him to not be able to function like financially, because it seems like he never really was able to land on his feet and get a better job. He was like chauffeuring or something like that. He wasn't helping with rent. He was gambling. He was drinking. He was borrowing money from loan sharks. And all of this was due to the deterioration of his mental health due to that one experience he had on his job. And I think you see this a lot in life where people have like a major thing that happens to them, whether it's like somebody who you love dying or just something really big happening, and they always tell you never make a big purchase when you've had like a loss or you've had something extremely traumatic happen to you, because you're not in the right frame of mind to make good choices. But I think that a lot of people actually use that time to make financial choices. So the final lesson that you can learn from watching this show is that no matter how much money you have, if you don't focus on fulfilling yourself in other ways, you're not going to be able to enjoy it. And we see this with the old guy. There was an old guy in the game, and I don't think anybody thought that he was going to win. But Sung-Gyung, he took a liking to him, and he tried to help him get as far as possible until they got to a point where it was a situation where it was either him or the old guy, and he kind of just chose himself. But anyway, I say all of that to say, in the end, he finds out that the guy is actually one of the people, one of the founders of this game. And he told him the reason why is because he was bored, that he needed some thrill in his life and all kind of crazy stuff. And it's like, well, clearly he did not take the time to do things that were fulfilling to him in his life if he felt the need to start up a game like this and then participate in it all for the sake of having thrill. And then we also see this with Sung-Gyung, because when he finally won the money, he had that sitting in the account for almost a year, and he really didn't use it. He wasn't able to enjoy it because of what he had went through to get the money. And so I feel like, how can you enjoy blood money? It's like you won this money. Everybody knew that to win this money, a lot of people had to die, but they still went ahead and played the game. And I think at the end of the day, he just couldn't bring himself to enjoy the money. And we see this a lot actually in this day and age, where people are willing to do a lot of things just to get attention out here, just because they're not doing things that are fulfilling in their lives. Like, they're out here eating Tide Pods and you know, doing all kind of other crazy stuff just because they're looking for thrill, they're looking for subscribers, they're trying to use that as leverage to make money, but at what cost? Because like, they're out here doing crazy stuff. So yeah guys, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please go ahead and click the thumbs up so that I know that you guys like videos like this and I'll do more of them. Also, please feel free to check out more videos on my channel. If you do find them interesting, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you as a part of the family. That's it for this video. I will see you in the next one.